And so what we are now going to discuss is some of the lessons that she gave us from her life, some advice for us women that we can take into our life, and how we can be inspired by her, by what she taught us and what her teachings were. So that was just a brief background on her life. Now we're going to look at what teachings can we learn from her life. What are some of her teachings that we can also act upon and also apply to our life, especially as women? What does she teach? What does she teach about women? So actually, let's first look at what one of the teachings was. Is that a woman, the word for woman in Urdu or in Persian is awrat, and it comes from the word awra or satar, awra. Awra means something that's hidden. So when a person has, when you have like a woman has awra, a man has awra, it means basically the part of the body that should remain hidden. So the actual word for woman is awra, which means that she's meant to be hidden. She's meant to be kept safe and kept hidden, like how many things are hidden that are very, very special. So firstly, what is hidden is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is hidden from us because he's not accessible to, we're not able to see him. He's hidden. So the special things are always hidden. Angels, we're not able to see them. There's other things as well in this world, like for example, you see many stones lying around the ground, but you never see diamonds. They are hidden inside the earth. They're hidden inside the earth. You have to dig for them. You have to mine for them. And things like water, for example. If you don't get water for free, you have to, water is even found dug in the ground. You don't get it for free. So the precious things in life are always hidden. So when Allah is teaching us that it's actually an honor that a woman remains hidden, a woman remains protected. Because even like such things like, animals also, majority of animals, they don't have a cover, but they do have wings. Even animals have a certain covering, a certain trait where they cover, like the wings, the fur. And for something to be naked, or for something to be apparent or shown, is not actually honorable. It can be a sign of something that's not protected, or not valued. So what Sayyidah Zaynab taught us is that a woman is a name of a hidden person, such that her beauty, her apparent beauty is also hidden. But also she mentions that her inside is also hidden. Her inside, her talents, her beauty within is also hidden. And it can only be discovered once she learns how to discover it. She tries out different things, different skills. She's in the right circumstances where she can find her talents, find her skills. So many women, they have so many traits, but they just remain hidden. Because what a woman does usually is she comes in, she grows up, she studies to an extent, if she's allowed to in certain circumstances, which she should be allowed to, and then she just ends up getting married. Then she has children, which everyone can have. She's cleaning, she's just in the kitchen doing the dishes, just doing house chores, but her potential is just going to die out like that. Her potential will just die out if she does not discover it. So the unique characteristics of a woman are usually hidden within, in the depths of her soul, in the depths of her body. Her abilities are hidden. So, and sometimes she doesn't even know this herself. Sometimes, not, let alone family members, she does not even know herself. This is why she needs to go out. She needs to discover. She needs to educate. See what her traits are. See what skills she has in us. And Sayyidah Zaynab actually mentioned this. Although she is a prime example of that herself. That she had so many qualities. She had so much courage in her. She had so much intelligence. She had so much eloquence in her speech. But we did not know about this. We did not know this until she had to speak. She was forced to speak in the court of Ibn Ziyad and the court of Yazid. Then we only discovered that. Otherwise, because there was no one else to stand up for her, so she had to speak. And then when they heard her speech, because her speech was so eloquent, so it showed that she had education, she had skills, and she had this great impact on those people. They began weeping, they began crying, they began regretting, but it was too late. So this was like a hidden treasure that was within her that we only got to discover in the court from hearing this incident. So many women are like this. They have so many hidden talents. You, my sister, you, or if there's brothers watching, your wife, your sisters, your mothers, you need to make sure that you give them, and you must give them the right the right atmosphere, the right environment, so that her potential can be shown, so that she can flourish, so that she can learn about herself, so that she can actually become more of an asset than a liability. Because many people think, oh, when they do not educate their women, then of course they're going to be relying on the men, the family members. But once you give her the knowledge, the education, then she can certainly be such a great asset in the lives of men. She can be an asset for her father, her husband, her brothers, to such an extent, like, for example, Sayyidah Fatima, radhiyallah anha, she was a true example of this. Like, she had such great qualities of nurturing, patience also, that she even became known as Ummu Abiha, the mother of her father. So she took the role of a mother for her blessed father. And if, for example, a woman who had this trait, but she was kept enclosed, she was kept hidden, she wasn't encouraged, she wasn't given the right circumstance, the right environment, the right boost, then maybe she would have not been able to care for her brothers, care for her father, care for her family like this. So it's so important that woman is given that, and it's up to her family members, it's up to her carers, her father, her brothers, to give her that this environment where she can flourish, she can discover those hidden qualities. Otherwise, they're just going to be wasted. They will just be wasted. She has so much hidden potential, but it's just going to die out. Like, there's many women in lives of the giants of Islam that they were successful because of a woman. They were successful because their mother, many of these scholars, Imam Shafi'i, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, many of them, Sayyidina Qadir Jilani, they had single mothers. They were widows, but they played a massive role in their upbringing, in their teaching, which, till today we are benefiting from their teachings. So what also was mentioned by one of the great scholars of this ummah, Sayyidina Ahmad Dabbagh, hafidhahullah, they mentioned that if a woman doesn't get to explore her talents and her potential, what she begins to focus is on her outward beauty, her physical. And this can be dangerous, because then she will think that's her value. She'll think that she's valued for her looks. She's valued for the way she is dressed, the way her nose is, the way her lips are, the way she talks. So a woman needs to understand that beauty is something that is fading with time. Beauty fades with time. Outward appearance, outward beauty, it fades. Whereas inward beauty, inward talents, inward qualities, they only incline, they only increase. So outward beauty, it declines, so we're not always going to look young. But inward beauty, it only increases. You only get better and better and better if you have that right environment and that education. They only get better and better. How beautiful is that? It encourages us that we should look at how we can improve. Because if one thing's already declining, what's the point? What's the point in putting so much effort into that? What's the point of getting surgery? What's the point of focusing so much on your physical to an extent where it's becoming like the center of your life, your focus? When it's going to decline, you should just do the bare minimum, look after your health, to an extent, but not make it so extreme that it becomes your focus, it becomes your center. So inward beauty is something that just inclines with time, and I found that so powerful. So so mashallah, these are some of the teaching of Sayyidah Zaynab Bint Ali, and there's many more women that insha'allah we'll be going through in this series. So that's the end of this episode. Jazak'Allah Khayr. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like this video, then please give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and inshallah we'll be making more videos like this. And also do comment any suggestions you have for any of the women you want me to talk about, any of the topics you want me to talk about. And yeah, Jazak'Allah Khayr. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.